Hi there and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm IceMan and today we are doing a 10x Veil Champions shard pull with a guaranteed chance to get countless licks if we pull 150 shards. So we've got 150 shards and that's what we're going to be pulling. I may end up buying one small pack or something from gems, but we'll see how we go. Obviously we're going to get countless licks, supposedly a really great champion. Really, I've not looked into it that closely to be honest just yet, but I will do. And pairs with Astrolon, who I have and who is absolutely an amazing champion and I absolutely love him. In fact, if you want to go check over there, if I can get this pointing right so you can actually see my hand because I'm closer to the camera than I usually am. I'll post the link to the guide I did on him. Absolutely amazing champion. I love him for the arena in particular, although he's great other places too. And our main hope is to get Vizier, who is that one champion that I really want that's been eluding me. Well, him and Drake and Morph, to be honest, for my clan boss are the two champs I really want. But obviously it's a 10x for the chance to get Vizier, so that's what we're hoping for. Anyway, without further ado, let's get pulling. We've got a lot of shards to pull. Marksman, not a big fan, he's not a great champ. Up here the art. Ray! Cool. Not who I was hoping, not part of the 10x, but she is a non-dupe and supposedly a really cool nuker for the arena. And well, I've got Astrolon now for blue, so not necessarily that big of a deal for me, but hey, I'm always happy to get a legendary I don't have, build them out, try them out, see where they're good, where they're not good. So yeah, really happy about that. In fact, let's take a quick look at her set, shall we? So we've got her A1 Corrode, attacks all enemies and has a 30% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns on an A1. This can be booked up to 50, so 50% chance of placing the big version decreased defense on all champions on an A1. That's pretty solid actually, I have to say. And in fact, decreased defense I could think you can up with skills, so you can get that up by like another 5 anyway, masteries even. Arcane Wave, Array 2 attacks all enemies and inflicts 50% more damage against targets under debuffs, which, let's face it, in the arenas quite often, so that's pretty cool. Banish, Array 3 attacks all enemies, removes all buffs and has a 50% chance of placing a freeze debuff for 1 turn. AoE damage on every ability. So I have to say I'm already chuffed. I do like this champ, and he's going to make her great for things like cleaver comps, which I've never really gone for in the past, but I might think about trying that out with her. And then she's got decreased defense and an AoE freeze. Yeah, I mean that's just bonkers. You don't hear it talked about so much these days, but this is on a long cooldown, mind you. 7 turns could be booked down to 6. So if that was a bit higher, lower cooldown, I think you'd see a lot more play from her. But you know, this is on a 4-turn cooldown, can't be booked down. But then her A1's also an AoE anyway, so every time you're going to be hitting with an AoE with this champ, which is great. I'm guessing this is the one that hits hardest though, then second hardest, and then, you know, obviously you're not going to hit so hard with the A1. But yeah, she is supposedly a good top tier nuker, so yeah, it'll be interesting to try her out, and she'll definitely help for my Dark Elves faction, which I don't think is really lacking, to be fair, these days, but still. Because I recently pulled Queen Eva or whatever her name is. Name's gone out of my head. I still haven't got her fully built up yet. I'm still working on her, but she's going to become my farmer. So I've got her. I've got Xavier. So you know, like I've now got 3 Dark Elves legendaries that are all solid damage dealers. Well, we've got gold, so the video's already doing fairly well, which is always good. Food, glorious food. Oh, how I already ate some. I had a brunch. Some lovely, very burned sausages and sausage meat. So, you know, a bit of a mistake after yesterday's breakfast. Left it in the oven, and wife turned on the oven to do dinner and didn't realise it was in there. So it ended up rather toasty and crunchy, but it was still good. Alika. Ooh, Melga Steel Girdle, I don't have her. Let's take a quick look at her, shall we? Obviously dwarves, looks pretty cool. If a bit, you know, stocky and dwarfish, but which isn't really my thing, but you know. Inspiring Violence, attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of removing one random debuff from a random ally. Cannot remove a debuff from this champion. HP based, okay, cool. Interesting. But at least she doesn't have a beard, you know, like they mentioned in Lord of the Rings, that they think there's no dwarven women because all dwarven women have beards as well, so you can't tell the difference.
It's true you don't see many dwarf women. And in fact, they are so alike in voice and appearance that they're often mistaken for dwarf men.
It's the beards.
And this in turn has given rise to the belief that there are no dwarf women. And that dwarfs just spring out of holes in the ground.
The dwarven women in this do look a little bit more feminine than that, thank God. Sheer Grit. A2 places a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. Also places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. Absolutely amazing support. I think she's going to be brilliant for my Dwarves Faction War team when I get her built up, to be fair. Ah, she's the one who revives. Yes, I'm absolutely chuffed about this. I don't have Molly Tankard on this account, so yeah, I'm well chuffed with that. She's definitely getting built up. Revives 2 random allies with 20% HP and 20% turn meter. Also places a shield buff on the revived allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of their max HP. On a 7-turn cooldown can be put down to 5. I'm chuffed with that. I'm actually more excited about her, to be honest, than I am about Ray. Because, like I say, I mean, I've got Dark Elf damage dealers and whatnot. So she wasn't that exciting, but Melga I'm actually really chuffed with. Now I'm getting closer to the guaranteed champion here. I see they're doing that. Okay, let's carry on pulling. Just clearing some space there. Dark Aethel. Absolutely naff. Rector Drath. Great champion, already got her. I think I've got her built up to 50. I'm trying to slowly get her up to 60. Seneschal, not a huge fan. I mean, I know he's got his uses, but nothing but food. Pitiless one, apparently he's actually got some good multipliers, but they're just hard to get off any real damage with him. I wouldn't go out of my way to build him up just to see, to be honest. Hyena, again somebody I've already got. Gauge Breaker, had about a dozen of them over the time. Yeah, a Cult Brawler I use him for green affinity on Cloud Boss, already got him. Good champ though. Yaga the Insatiable, Yaga the Free and not so good. Lots of food. Of course, bear in mind this is a 10x, so there's no actual boosted summons chances, just a slightly higher chance of getting those specific champions if you pull a legendary. Which we did, and we still didn't get one of the boosted ones. Specifically not the boosted one I really wanted. Gore Grab, great champion for early to mid game. Shada, pile of crap. Oh, that was us pulling our 150th shard and getting Countess Licks. So let's take a look at her. We've got her. She looks absolutely amazing, I have to say. They've done an outstanding job with the aesthetics, as they so often do. Looks like one of those demonesses out of WoW, to be honest. I'm actually currently back into that and playing that. I'm toying with the idea of doing the odd video on it here and there. See if people would like that, will be interested in that at all. And I'm actually playing through the Legion storyline at the moment, so she definitely looks quite familiar. So we've got an A1, Festering Caress, attacks one enemy 2 times, has a 30% chance of placing a 25% weaken, debuff for 2 turns, single target weaken, that can be booked up to 50% chance, it's not bad. A2, attacks all enemies 3 times, wow, an AoE that hits 3 times, nice. Each hit has a 75% chance, 100 when booked, of placing a 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns. Each hit also has 100% chance when booked, chance of decreasing the enemy's turn meter by 10%. And this can be booked down to a 4-turn cooldown. Now that's a brilliant ability. It looks like I'm going to have to save up and buy some books in the near future, because I'll definitely be booking this champ. Then her A3, Time Dilation, attacks all enemies and has again 100% chance when booked of placing a block cooldown skills debuff for 2 turns on an AoE. That is huge for the arena, huge for everywhere really, other than maybe, you know, like Clan Boss obviously, but everywhere else it's absolutely amazing. And in arena, these two are just going to tear it up, they really are. Also decreases the cooldowns of all ally skills by, except this champion's, by 1 turn, so that's amazing. On a 5-turn cooldown when booked. And I'm definitely going to want to book this champion. Actually, how many books are we looking at? Because I need to know what I'm going to be saving up for. 4, so that's 8, 5, that's what, 13? 13, that's not bad. Not bad at all. That's actually more standard, and they've been bringing in some champs that are a lot more than that lately, so 13's not bad. It's not great, and don't get me wrong, it's going to cost me a bomb still. Removes 1 random, first passive, unredeemed, removes 1 random debuff from Astralon and this champion at the start of each turn, only available with Astralon, it's on the same team obviously. That is really cool. And we've got Ascension passive here. Channel Woe, fills his champion's turn meter by 5% each time an ally receives a debuff. Yeah, this is sick. 95 speed, a little bit low on the speed, and she's an attack-based champion. Base attack doesn't look that ID. I don't know about the total stats like, but yeah, absolutely love the kit, and I can see the synergy with Astrolon's going to be immense. So we still didn't get Vizier, the one champ we really wanted after 150 shards, so I'm actually going to buy a couple more. Okay, so we bought a few more shards, a little bit naughty I know, but you know, and cleared some extra space, but I really want to see if I can get the Vizier. We've not got many shards to pull to keep going, but you know, we're hoping, fingers crossed. We all know why I'm doing it, we all know who I want. Known player him, I probably won't get him. Relic Keeper. I'll tell you what, people sleep on this guy. You confuse him, if you build him right he can be really powerful. He completely wrecked my arena team the other day because somebody built him right, and he was going first and he was just wailing out on, or it was not my main arena team, it was 3 versus 3, so one of my lesser teams, but even so he was just completely wailing out on him, killed half the team on his own single-handed in one go. And that was it for the temples. You know what? I'm going to be even more naughty, and I'm going to buy some more gems if I can. Alright, so we've got just about the right amount of space. And nothing but food. Alright, so we've got 7 shards, 7 hopes. Will we succeed? Don't get me wrong, it's been a great video. Ray's a great champ by the looks of another wreck to draft. And obviously Counter Slicks as that free champion, absolutely brilliant. I say free, you've got to have 150 shards, and even in my case I spent some money to get that, so you know, it's not that free. But if you're really frugal and you've managed to save up shards, bearing in mind how regularly we actually have shard events these days, it's not that easy. I generally I would not normally pull on this sort of 10x, except for the fact that A, the free counter slicks, so it's a guaranteed legendary, and B, the higher chance for Vizier, which is that one champion I really want. So for me this one made sense. But normally I would not pull on a 10x outside of a fruit fusion or fragment summon or anything like that, because obviously I try to save my shards for those, because then it's working towards a guaranteed legendary, or guaranteed if you play smart and save your resources and whatnot, which I usually do for things like that. Please, 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 please. No. And we get an Atrial to finish. Okay. Yeah, that was really pointless. And obviously the extra sort of 30 quid by spending shards and the extra 1800 gems was not worth it at all. So I'll be a little bit closer to the Mercy system, I'd imagine, assuming that they're telling the truth and it didn't reset from that. Obviously we pulled Ray, I think, about 20 shards in, which would have reset my Mercy system. Then you're talking about 130 shards in later, plus then another, say, 20 shards, so we've probably got about another 50 shards to go before we're guaranteed a legendary. Obviously you'd hope to sometimes get them when you're not guaranteed, but that's the way of things, and obviously we are outside of a 2x at the moment. Anyway, that was a good video. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that it was a good video and more people should watch it. And you know, if you like my content, please subscribe, and you'll get notified next time I release a video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.